So it's the end of January 2021 on a beautiful day here in Central Florida, and we decided it's time to replace the cloudy old fog lights or foggy old headlights on our 2002 Holiday Rambler Endeavor. And I've already done the clean the lens materials, and that worked nicely, but the inside of it, actually where there's a black separation between the headlights, is actually faded from black to a kind of a gray also. So at any rate, I've replaced headlights on old cars before and replaced headlights on other vehicles, but I've never done one on an RV. It looks pretty straightforward and pretty simple, which usually means there's more to it than meets the eye. Sometimes it's the simple projects that become, well, they have surprises for you. And then the hard projects sometimes go easily. So this one looks simple. We'll see what happens. Like I said, well, I've not done it before, but it shouldn't be too difficult. So we found some replacement headlights on Amazon. Where else do you find almost everything? On Amazon. This particular set came nicely packaged yesterday. You see the new headlight in here and how it's nice and clean and dark on the inside and clear lenses. So hopefully it goes in nice and easily. This one was purchased again off Amazon. The company was RV Lightings. There were several different offerers. Price for the pair was $235, and yeah, came relatively quickly. So we'll get started. All right. So first thing we're going to do is take the bulbs out. Most of those are just twists and turns, it looks like the old-fashioned one, just twist and turn, twist, turn. All right, now we need a screwdriver with the right size Phillips head. Let's try this one first. Matches up. Okay. Looks like there's 3 connection points. That one turns, that's a good sign. These are the kind of things that can make a simple project hard. When you go to take a screw out or undo a bolt and it's frozen or stripped, and you're like, oh, that should have been easier than it was. There's the first screw out, so that looks good. Let's try for number 2. Kind of awkward to lean in here, but there's room to work. That's kind of nice. A lot of cars don't leave you any room to work. Suppose if we really wanted to, we could have removed this front panel door, give us an easier place to stand, but hopefully that won't be necessary. And the last one's in there a little deeper. Let's see if we can reach it. And it's turned. Didn't even drop the screw, that's good. And I think that's all that was holding it. Let's see if that'll pop in or out. Must be more. Yep, one more. Turns out where that first screw was, there's actually 2 screws in there, side by side. Don't know if that's something somebody added afterwards, or there's supposed to be a little tell when we get it out. So there's 2 screws in that first holding point, and there's 2 screws in the third holding point.
So you had a total of 5 screws?
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. So there's 3 points of connection. Looks like there's here, here, and here. And this one has 2 screws going down into the bracket, 1 screw and 2 screws. So fortunately there's room to reach and work in there. Some of these cars nowadays, you can't hardly get your hand in there, much less the hand with a screwdriver in it. But this one, and it's just plastic, so just going into plastic, they don't tend to rust up. So I don't know if this headlight's been out since this motorhome was built 18 years ago or not. It doesn't look like it, but it seems to be pretty straightforward. Let's see if we can get that last screw out without dropping it. And we got it. Let's see what else is holding it. No, it doesn't look like this side. It's got this spray foam stuff. They've sprayed spray foam sound deadening around from the factory. When they did, they caught the far end of this. So it's all spray foamed in there. That's why it's not letting loose. It's caught in the spray foam. So I'm gonna have to find a way to break that free. See, I wouldn't even be able to, what they did is where this bulb goes in, this is the turn signal bulb, twists in here, this whole area is sprayed with foam. I can't even get the bulb out. It's covered in spray foam from the factory. So I'm gonna have to kind of start breaking it away with a screwdriver, I think. So we'll start chipping away at it. It's like styrofoam is. And then let's see, what am I looking at? All right. So all that styrofoam back there has got to come out. So the styrofoam is hitting and it's kind of sealing it on in here. So we'll chip away at it. Wakeman, Ohio. No, thank you.
You get no phone calls all morning and
Yeah.
you start a project?
Telemarketers want to talk to me about my vehicle warranty or something exciting like that. This is where I say easy project gets hard, unforeseen things pop up like this. Somebody at the factory got a little carried away with the spray foam, I think. Okay,
You did it!
broken free.
And you didn't break anything in the process.
Well, not that we know of.
Oh wow, look at all the insulation foam. I see it. All right, here.
So basically this whole area was styrofoamed in, and you wouldn't have been able to get this bulb out if you ever had to change it. It was just solid. So the other side doesn't appear to have that, but that I think was just some factory guy that day was feeling the need to use extra. Maybe he was angry at somebody. So comes with a gas. The old gasket has a new. There's one new one has a new gasket, so we don't have to worry about saving that. Here's a leveling bubble. Everything else looks like it matches up nicely. That's in there. That's already in there. So we have the three bulbs: the turn signal, headlight, high beams, and looks like all we have to do is unplug. See, I unscrewed the old ones, but I can also just plug in. So let's see if we can unplug the old bulbs and then we can use the new bulbs. So, yep, here they are. I'll bring them out. So here are the bulbs, and there's a third one for the turn signal. Right. Where'd you go? There you are. Here, there's the turn signal one, and there's all the styrofoam that was encasing everything in there. that also should unplug once I break away a little more of the styrofoam. So we'll be able to use the new bulbs since we're here anyway, and save these since they were all working. We'll put that in the emergency box and use them as backups. So we'll unplug these. They look like standard. A lot of times on these old cars you got to be careful because these little clips on the side will have become dry rotted, and then when you try to take them off they end up breaking. So let's see if we can do it without breaking it. Say that and I don't know that I can do that, but you got to be really kind of gentle with them at first. Try to get it just over the edge without going too far so they don't snap off. Holding on tight.
Do you need a third hand? I could hold the bulb.
No, I just wiggle it. You can sometimes use your fingernail too to get it past there enough to hold it. There's one. So like I said, we'll save this one since they're good and put them in our box for future use here. So we can get off this next one. There's the next one. And it's best if you don't touch the bulbs as much as you can and get the oils from your finger on them. They shorten the life of them. So, and this last guy still got styrofoam around him. Let's see if we can uncover the clasp enough to get it off of there.
Part mechanic and part excavator.
Yeah. Digging,
Car anthropologist. I don't even
digging
know.
for dinosaur bones here. Okay, that one's off there. So we'll save all these for now. And then the new ones came with bulbs. Although I notice that's a white bulb and those are amber. I don't know if that'll make any difference or not. We'll see when we put it all together. It's just a plug. Just pulls out. Some of them twist. Okay, put the new bulb in. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to assemble this first. So it might be easier than trying to twist this on later. Then I just plug in the, and we'll try it this way first, see if that makes life easier for us. So let's see, looks like it goes this way. And then twist. And locks it in place.
And I noticed you wore a glove, and that was because...
I don't like, it's best not to touch the bulbs with your fingers. You get oils from your finger on the bulbs, and I've been told it makes the bulbs last longer and all that, especially for the halogens and those other high burn-in bulbs, but how true that is, I don't know. It's got a little protective plastic cover on it, keep it from scratching. I'm just going to get most of it off, so I'm going to peel the last part off once we get in all the way. Just doesn't get caught in there. You can see where they had painted the motorhome, some of the overspray got on the rubber. Okay, so we've got that bulb's in. It comes with the other bulbs already in there, just ready to be plugged in. The new turn signal bulb is in. All that's in place. It's got a little leveling bubble, so once we get in there, we can adjust things to try to get close to center. Though I've always just sort of wait till nighttime and shine it on a garage door and then adjust it up and down where you like it. So you can do whatever way you like. So let's see, do I need to clean any of this out? I'm gonna spray a little simple green in here to kind of clean off 20 years of road grime getting in there. Since we're there, might as well. There we go, and I'll dry it off. Cleanest part of the motorhome right now. That done. Let's see. Got this gasket kind of in the general place it needs to go. Oh, we came from the inside, not the outside. Okay. That'll help. Let's go in the right direction. Try not to scratch the lens. I'm going to wiggle this in past all the parts and pieces. Let's see if I can plug in this one light while we're here.
Which one are you plugging in?
I'm going to plug in the turn signal one, which is the furthest away from my fingers.
So the amber one. Wow, I can already tell what a difference it's going to make. You're catching a little bit of the plastic down here.
Okay, now that we have it in there, we'll be able to get some of that out of there.
There you go. And now this one in the corner still has the L. Actually an LH. What do you need?
I notice that there is a screw right here. The middle screw. Go ahead and take that off before you put the light in, because you're going to use that screw, not the one you took out. So this is the one I took out of the old one. Goes right here. And it comes with the replacement one already in there. So you'll want to remove that because when it slides into the bracket, and I don't want to pull this out since it was hard to wiggle in. I want to see if I can get the screw out without taking it all the way out. So on the old one, this went down into this clip. On the new ones, it goes into this. I don't think we need this part. So when you take this screw out, this little clip, I don't need this for my installation. So some may need this because these are to fit 2002. I think it's through 2009. So they probably made some kind of a change over the years in the front end of the model. So my model just needs this part right here. So that's what I'm doing inside there now, is removing this screw to get to this clip so that it can go back together. I didn't do it before I put in, and it would have been easier if I took that off before I put that in there. But I think we can get there. So a little luck here. I can get this screw out without having to take it all back out again. And get it. So now
So now you left me hanging. Now what?
got the screw back in there, and we'll just leave it loose for now so we can adjust things a little bit.
Okay, so you're getting the screw back in there.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna plug.
We got this gasket we gotta do, but I guess that's last.
We can kind of adjust that a little bit. See, the other one's kind of looser anyway, too. Same. Get in the general area here. Before we tighten everything up, we'll do a quick test to make sure that the electrical is working for you. Yeah, put all those screws back and only find out one of the bulbs doesn't work.
Headlights. Low beam. High beam. Low beam. Off. Parking. Blinker. So, what are you doing?
Well, there's a metal bracket with a hole already in it, and trying to line up the light from the top is very difficult. So I'm hoping I can thread the screw from the bottom up in there. What I might do is get my electric drill. Is get a drill bit and drill all the way through so I can put this screw from the top like they were. Try to line them up in there.
So you got some drill bits and you're doing what?
All right, so there's a metal plate that fits on top of here. I'm sorry, metal plate's on the bottom. And there's no holes where this needs to go. You don't go through these holes. You put the screw, self-tapping screw right through here and into the metal plate that's beneath it. Well, the metal plate already has pre-drilled holes in it from last time. So I'm drilling from underneath through here so I can see where this screw needs to go down in.
Good idea. We're into this project a good hour.
Discovery learning.
Right. No project is ever straightforward.
Right. That should have made a pilot hole so I can see where this lines up now.
Okay, pilot hole made. Let the self-tapping begin. Success?
Yep, now I'll remove the other screw from underneath and put it in the top. Stick that one to hold it in place. And leave it there.
You're there?
Yeah, it's probably getting good and tight. So I'm going to leave that one, squeezing it from the bottom. Okay, that's the last screw. Now we can switch to the other side.
Good job. And this side should be easier because there's less of that insulation around it.
There you go with the word easier. Could be.
Well, this one should have different challenges because there's less insulation.
I'll buy that.
And you know to remove the screw from that bracket and remove the bracket. So those are two things going for you. What do you see?
Blue, yellow, red. Just try to remember the order of the colors. Blue, yellow, red.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did.
Ah, that's a smart way to remember.
Blue,
And
yellow, red. That's the ring around the light bulb. One's low beam, one's high beam. I just want to remember which one went where, so we don't look cross-eyed going down the road.
already this one, you can tell it doesn't have the insulation.
Yeah, we're not fighting all that insulation this time.
Wow, so much faster.
Yep.
And cleaner.
Not fighting all that insulation. See, it even has the R here for the right side. Get the old bulbs out.
And you were going to wash the rim too. Those two
Yep.
tests.
Yep. Get the glove again. I'll use the towel.
I feel like there's more space to work too.
Little
Maybe
bit. Yep.
whatever connects for the generator or the other wires.
See, this is the metal plate I was talking about on the other side, the metal plate, and the screws go through the plastic into these two holes. So what I did is I drilled from underneath so I could see where the holes, make a pilot hole if you will, so I could see exactly where to put the screw on the plastic that sits on top of this to go through those two existing holes. Because I couldn't get a screwdriver into a drill in with a bit to drill new holes, so I wanted to use the existing ones. And I figured that's probably then close to where it was lined up with. If it worked for all those years in that spot, why wouldn't this one, right?
Right.
Try to use the same holes.
And as your camera person, I can't get over how much easier it is to view everything on this side. We should have done this side first.
As it turns out,
As it turns out, live and
Well-
learn.
the sun was coming from a different direction before, so it would have been hard then to do what we're doing now. So let's see if we can get this one off without breaking these little tabs off. Yellow one.
Yellow. And where do you decide it's yellow? Is it this ring here that makes it yellow, or on there it's yellow?
And this one got
There's
blue.
a blue. Okay, so when you were talking about
So the way they went in was the blue was first, the yellow was in the middle, and then the turn signal was on the very end. So I want to make sure I use the same setup.
what a much better view it is on this side. I can't get over how much easier it is to see what you are doing from over here.
And once we take this bulb off, these will look the same. So I want to get a little piece of blue tape to put on there to remember that it's the blue one. To help me remember which one was which. I'll put that on here. That bulb's off of there. Alright. Let's get this old one off.
Don't you want to use a towel?
No, not for this part. I'm not touching the bulb. There we go. All right, let's wash the inside out.
You sprayed with simple green again?
A little simple green. That's a good degreaser. This time I'll take that screw out first. I did notice on the old screw has a little larger washer, which helped it not come through the bracket that this fan uses. So I just ended up using the old one again on the other side. It has a little, or you could put a bigger washer on here, whatever you want to do. Let's peel back some of this protective film some. Okay. All right, there we go. Put this bulb on while we can. Let's see, that's the biggest one. It's locked into place. Let's go on top of that one. jigsaw puzzle.
I don't know how anybody could see that level, you know, while you're working.
You can get your head in here pretty far, but I agree. Probably in a different application that might be more helpful, but I find all my old cars, I found it's better just to wait till night, point at something white like a closed garage door, see where the headlights are. You can measure distance out from the ground, where they hit the ground. I'm just putting this back in the exact same way the other one came out, and then hopefully the factory alignment is close. We'll see when it gets dark. Otherwise, I'll be in here turning the adjustment screws.
And before you tighten them too tight, do you want to make sure they work?
Yes. Blue first, orange in the middle. Do a quick test.
Blinker. Oh, don't they look nice?
Seem to work.
Very nice. Yep. You do good work.
Put these screws back in. Tighten everything up.
What's happening?
Trying to get these holes to line up is just not easy.
Nice that you had the right tools for the job.
Didn't need much. Screwdriver, drill bit. Okay, all the tools you put away. Extra screws, nuts, and bolts have been removed from the storage area. Just close it up. Tonight we'll check the alignment. There's alignment adjustment screws inside there. You can adjust the headlights up and down. But you should be pretty close. Now all you have left to do is sweep up all this styrofoam.
I am mighty impressed with what you just did in a fairly short amount of time.
Makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
Makes it look new again.
Well, newer.
Like a facelift.
Exactly. Better.
Facelift for your R&V.
Little plastic surgery, little cataracts removed.
Yeah. Little Botox.
Yeah, she looks good. Well done, Dave. Well done.
Tyrese at play.